Hello, how you guys doing? Just a video right quick. Just talk about the Fight Club and yeah, I'm letting my hair grow out. So what? Anyway, um, before I get to that, before I get to Marvel vs. Capcom 3, I just want to say I sat down. I talked to Brett Harbach, aka Romneto, aka the fourth interview from Fighter's Fury, and basically he sent me a link to his video with a money match between him and Phocus. That was hype, son. That was hype. I sat there and I was watching it. I watched all four videos. It was great. It was hype. People were taking side bets. It was a money match between Phocus and Brett. Romneto. Yipes was there. I mean, I think it was at Sin's house. I don't know. And Josh 360 was there. A bunch of people was there, and it was just Marvel. That's what happens with Marvel, man. People was hype. It was like cheering Phocus on, and then Phocus was getting into Brett's ass. I'm sorry, Phocus was like, I ain't losing. And then Brett had to come back. He had to come back. He was like down 6-2, 7-2 at one point. Came all the way back, tied it up. Point match, game match, 9-9, and the ending was So Scott Pilgrim, dude. So Scott Pilgrim. I mean, at the last second, 0-0. Phocus thought he won. Brett got the chip damage and won it. Let me just say this right now, man. This game been out for 10 years. Just because it says 0-0 on the clock doesn't mean it's over. I mean, video did the same thing to Plotter. I mean, look, just because that clock says 0-0 in Marvel vs. Capcom 2 does not mean you got 5 more seconds. I'm just saying, it's Marvel. I'm just saying, it's just, man, I wish, man, it's just good to see. It's just good to see high caliber Marvel vs. Capcom 2, play online. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if this was 10 years ago, we wouldn't be able to see that video for another, 2.5 years? I mean, as far as people sending out VHS tapes and, you heard a rumor. Yeah, I heard about this money match that happened 3 years ago. We wouldn't have heard that. But that's the power of the internet. That's the power of YouTube. And Marvel, I think people are still gonna play Marvel until Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is coming out. We got 8 months, 6 months, if that. And I think diehard Marvel vs. Capcom 2 heads are still gonna be playing it. I think they're still gonna be playing that game. That says a lot that 10, 11, about to be 11 years, and people are still playing that game. And I don't see people stop playing. Yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is coming out, but I don't see Yipes. I don't see Brett. I don't see Zach. I don't see Preppy. I don't see Beats. I don't see Detroit West Side. I don't see Video. I don't see none of them stopping anytime soon playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I mean, I'm still hyped for Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but that's got to tell you something. And I don't see them stop playing on the Dreamcast anytime soon. So, man, I wish I was in that room. If I was in that room, man, I wouldn't pick sides, but I'd just be like, damn, man, this is serious. So, it's about it. I want to give shouts out to Romneto and Phocus for putting on a hell of a match. in the comments that were being in the crap talking that was going back and forth, man, that's straight up East Coast. Especially that's NYC right there at the finest. Hot potato is that. I don't know who said. I think it was Josh. Said, Brett, you got the heart of Yipes in you. Come on, please take this serious. Do it out of beg. I have to say please. And Yipes was like, when Yipes was dropping, when Brett was dropping links and combos, Yipes was like, "This is a hot potato. It's smoking." Man, that's hilarious. That's A1 right there. That video was good, man. I mean, with Marvel vs. Capcom 3, we're gonna see some good play. We're gonna see some hardcore play, but I think it's not gonna be as hype as that. I mean, it can be, but I'd say give it at least about 3 years. If Marvel vs. Capcom 3 plays like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and not TVC, then we can see, some of the hype like that in that game, but that game just man, that match, the matches I should say. For the most part, Brett was playing with MSP. He had some MSS, some matches, but Phocus was basically playing with Santhrax, and I was taking notes. I was taking notes, and I see Brett's hubris is Capcom, so yeah. But it was cool. Would they do a money match part 4? I don't know, but I think Phocus is like, man, I think it's time for me to get my revenge. But it's Marvel, baby. Now back to the Fight Club. Went down to Chicago, drove, stood in that long line. They said the first 100 would get a surprise. I was 104. And they said 300 people down there would get some, some swag. And standing in line, the crowd was getting longer and longer. I got down there at 5, so it was 4 Chicago time. The event started at 8 Chicago time, Central Standard Time. So I was standing in line. I was looking for a flow so I can do Fighter Fury. And then saw Seth, saw Keats, they were talking, but security was around, so I couldn't walk up straight up to him. I was like, man, I didn't think about it. But then security came out, was like, all those who got 100, you got a wristband. They was like, if you got 100, stand by the door. And I was like, okay. I was like, eventually you get in there. Then it was like, if you would press, stand on the other side of the door. And I was like, wait a minute. I'm pressed. So I was like, okay. Then I was about to get my brother, but I was like, no, because my brother drove with me. I was like, just stand in line. If I can't get in, just stand in line, keep my place in line. He was all right, cool, gotcha. So I stood in line. So I was like, damn, I don't have a business card. Oh man, how can I prove that I'm pressed? How can I prove I got a website? I was like, oh, I got my phone. Just pull up my website and pull up my about page, and it got me on there. And I was like, phone died. I was like, damn it, how am I gonna get in here? So I was like, man, it's gonna be a mess. So then I started meeting people with press and whatnot. Started talking to them. Then I saw Lauren from Capcom. Then I was like, I just wanted to talk to her. She was like, did you get RSVP'd? I was like, no, but I'm on the press access list. I get all the stuff and everything. She's like, well, you didn't RSVP. So I was like, so what does that mean? Well, I'll see if I can get you in. I was like, okay. I was like, so do you want me to go back in line or you stand here? She's like, I'll see if I can get you back in. She said that. I was like, I'm staying in press line. So I stood in press line. Then they let press in. She's like, yeah, I can talk to you. You can come in. I was like, sweet. So I got in, and for future reference, Tavish Smiley did an interview on Will Smith for The Pursuit of Happiness. And Will Smith said one of the coldest lines I ever heard, and I remember it to the day I stopped breathing. When you're ready, you don't have to get ready. And at the Fight Club, I was not ready. But from now on, I will be ready. Because that was just embarrassment on my part. Saying I'm pressed, don't have any credentials, don't have a business card. But, from future reference, when stuff go down like that, I will. So I'll be ready. But get in there. Press was going in there when the first 50, they let the first 50 in there. So the first video I showed where everybody was just, running to the setups. Me, I was just getting video. Then I stood in line, I started playing, and then I stood in line and I played, and then hold on.